What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Chandler. That's right, we're here on Chandler. With no Chandler, but he is on his way, he said. So he's taking care of his little guy. So it's you and me tonight for right now, guys. I'm glad to hang out with you. I hope you guys comment below to say how you're feeling about the show at this point. I think for Chandler, this is like episode 15, maybe. So we've been doing a couple of these. Pretty fun to have Chandler on board. I'm going to drop some spoilers or spoilers. I don't know, deep lore. If you guys don't know, never said on the show, but Chandler was adopted by my parents after I moved out of the house. I was like 18 or so. I think a couple of years after that, he was adopted. So he knows exactly who my parents are and how they are. But we never really grew up together. So it's cool that we get to like reunite as adults and like hang out together because of circumstance. And that's something that for me is really interesting. I think about life, and I believe that there has to be some sort of like force. And you could call it God, but I prefer to call it like a force because God is like kind of cliched. People kind of own it. But what I'm talking about is not necessarily a like religious cliche, but like what the thing that is like causing the explosion of the universe. We'll back up a little bit. I may have mentioned this to Aaron at some point, but um, scientifically, what I believe is an accurate model of the universe, and I might be wrong. You guys are welcome to argue it out below in the comments if you want to. But everything at one point was a compressed, like one-dimensional loop of light that was like highly compressed, and there is no time. It's just like everything is condensed because there is no space, basically. It's just condensed. This loop of light is condensed in a space, and I believe that that loop of light is conscious, right? Like it's aware of itself. It like knows what it is, and it knows that it's all alone in the universe. And then all of a sudden, it explodes. And I caused it, of course. I'll say all of a sudden, but like it just chooses to explode itself outwards. And when it did, it exploded its all that light out into space and time. And as that happened, the light began to cool and begin to form into all the things that exist. And then that's what begins to make up the universe and is really at the center of everything that's happening around us. Right? I mean, really and truly, like why do the stars burn? Why do the spin, right? It's because they have this force behind them. Like there's a bunch of energy gathered in one place and then ignited in space. That's why stars burn. There's a thing that caused this large, like molten, like collection of molecules to spin and cool and form into planets and asteroids and the moons around separate planets. And so like it's enacting. And then the coolest thing is that it also like inhabits, as we've seen in on Earth, all forms of life, right? Like the thing that drives us forward in all of the species, whether it's a tree or a fungus or some type of animal, including us, like it explodes us outwards to go like to populate and to make and to do. Like you just see that in all the corners of things that are alive, that have life in them. And so that might seem like a big picture, but that's what I call God because that's what is driving us. That's what's like living through us. And it's so strange that we like have the ability as this thing, right? This force that's moving through time and space that's been sealed in a skin, but it's still like pushing forward because of all the electricity that's bouncing through us and in our brains to survive and to thrive and to like make better for ourselves and for our community. Like that's like what we are. And then at those times, we have the capability as humans, and I think this is what our curse is. You can say it's like in the Bible, Adam and Eve, and they eat the apple, but I think the curse of humans is knowledge, is we have the ability to turn the eye inward. Like I don't think I see that with animals. I think in birds, in trees and cats, like in all those groups, they just do their thing without even considering why they're doing their thing. But humans, we can look inside at our brain and think about why we're doing the things that we do and like what it looks like to people around us and on the outside. And then we start to second guess and then double think and then try to like make it appear as if, you know, and so we get all caught up. And then we build societies around, that sort of like self-conscious and self-absorbed, self-observing behavior. Um, but you don't see that in kids. It's like forced in them to learn it. I remember learning it. I'm sure you remember learning it. I didn't really mean to turn this into like a like psychological mind bend, but here we are on Chandler. I was trying to, someone was supposed to show up tonight. It's a new tree broad. She'll be showing up, I think, in the next couple of weeks, I'm hoping. It's super exciting. I finally get to talk with her as she wasn't feeling well, which is a totally legit reason not to want to show up, but she is a very interesting person. And I would like to have them on so that they can share their experiences with you also. Um, but uh, this podcast is to me kind of like the third eye-opening, mind-bending podcast. Drawing with Jack is kind of like a political, like activist group, sort of. Is that we talk about the things that are not right about society and then what actions we can take to do something about it. And it's that's a fun podcast. And Flicking with Skip is actually the one I didn't mean to become the host of it, but just by incidents, I was the last one there, so I decided to put my name on it instead. And we get to talk about movies, and I get to talk about all the movies that I like. So it's really, really fun. I needed an outlet to talk about movies because I really obsess about them. So if you like movies also, Flicking with Skip is a fun podcast to check out. And I'm not just saying it because I'm on it. I have a blast on, all the things I do. But the just like having an outlet to talk about it. I mean, the ones that are coming up, well, the ones we talked about were horror, first of all. And then the last episode, we reviewed the Terrifier series. And I would have totally missed it if it weren't for my co-host who had pointed out that I need to not sleep on the Terrifier series. And he was absolutely right. We definitely reviewed it in full. But I just wanted to look at it from all the angles. Yeah, I would definitely highly recommend it if you're into horror movies. The previous podcast, we looked at horror as a genre, and the next one's coming up, we're looking at a different type of horror. We're going to be looking at Cronenberg so as a director, because he does some stuff that like makes you really uncomfortable and queasy, and he also does some outright horror too. So we're going to be looking at as much of that as possible in the couple of hours that we have. A good friend of mine and a fantastic artist, Jack McLaughlin, is coming on. He is mixed media jack.art. You should check out his stuff. I bought one from him with my COVID money because I knew that I needed to have one because his work is so fantastic that as soon as people with money notice it, it's going to be gone and worth quite a bit. So just so you know, as a recommendation, check out Jack. And it's reasonably priced too for the amount of work that he puts into these things. You can check out his process on his Instagram and whatnot. He is really really a fantastic artist. But he's going to come in to talk about Cronenberg. He's a really really good friend of mine. We go way back. He's one of the first people I met, and one of the first people that I met. He is multiple. No, Jack, good lucky boy. But yeah, we became friends then just because we think a lot alike and always have. So we've hung out together, made art together. He's a fantastic storyteller. At one point, we're going to turn his adventure into a graphic novel because it's amazing and it should be done as a graphic novel. Um, but I will hopefully let him tell you about that. And then the next week after that, we're talking Quentin Tarantino with Logan Gifford. So it's gonna be a fun. It's a fun podcast. It's fun for me. Oh, and then side thing, we're working on the animation over there too, to like get the pitch package together. So that's just, that's like the other thing. It happens in the background. I work on it, but the main thing I like about that is that we talk about movies. So if you want to watch the animation develop, I'm gonna have to put out a reel or something soon. I don't know. For me, really. I feel like I think I've shared this before, but like it's not really my skill. You know what I mean? Like I'm just the one who's here to do the work. And then from what I've been made to understand is that doing the work is just whatever you want to do with your skills. So, and there's a lot of different ways to approach things with your skills. So, again, I think I've said it before. I'll say it again. I'm just gonna try. So. Those are the different podcasts that we have on Cox in Space. You can, of course, check out all of that information on coxinspace.com. You can get connected with our Discord, so you can come hang out with us as the shows go on live. We go into a green room fairly early before the show and hang out with our guests, so you get to catch that. It's not on the podcast. And then, of course, you could add your commentary during the podcast, and afterwards we're gonna hang out with them in like a post show time. We just kind of hang out and chill for a little while, so you get to catch that as well. It's really really fun um, because there's some things that we don't say on the air that it gets a little more raucous when we stop rolling. So because we have fun people on, and they're very interesting. Yeah, if you guys are interested, Dylan Farr is putting together a GoFundMe um, because, among other things, he needs to get his license, I believe. But I believe he should get more than that because he also needs a computer in order to have some more time to hang out with us, a connection that's more steady. So it would be awesome if you guys could help him out. I don't know anything except for his Instagram, which is autistic Spitfire comedy. So check out he's actually on all the socials at that. So check that out him out there so that you can help him out. Uh, so I'm sure he needs it. Um, just I love him, man, but like his life is not easy, as you see. So that's not to speak ill of him. I want much better things for Dylan Farr because I love him with all my heart. So good friend of the pod, if you haven't figured out, um, if I had spare cash to help out Mr. Farr to get a computer, I would. So I will figure that out. Um, in other news, you can get onto our Facebook at cognitivespace.com, where you can connect with Aaron Cosbio. And if you are an interesting person who likes interesting things, or there's something that, what's up, buddy? This is
Hey,
Chandler Fleming, Flemingo on Chandler. How are you?
oh, not too bad. I'm kind of
No,
feeling under the weather today, but
oh no, where did the
yeah.
germs come from?
Huh?
Where did the germs come from?
I don't know. I think it's more of like it's like a migraine type of thing.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
But yeah, I think it like rained super hard today, so I think that has something to do with it. It's been gloomy and I don't know. I don't do well on cloudy, gloomy days.
Like you're sensitive to the pressure change?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I was actually just mid pitch. I'm gonna finish rolling and then I'll catch up. So you guys, if you're interested in talking to Aaron Cosby, get on the Facebook. It's at coxspace.com, and we'll talk about that later on this show. So Chandler, what is up, buddy? What do you want to do tonight?
Um, well, I think for the podcast, I'll shout out my song that I finished.
Hell yes,
Um,
absolutely. This is what I was talking about. Like, I think it'd be awesome to use this pod as the platform for your music. Because I
yeah.
for one enjoy it quite a bit.
Um, I've been doing it in this server too, Electric Sunshine Cult. That's the label that releases my music too.
Okay.
So sometimes I recorded or I have one of them recorded. It's part of like a solstice series, but I could also send those to you, like it'll have random people in there, but it'll be like my show for an hour sort of thing.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, hell yes.
Yeah. So I
That's
think that
absolutely what we're talking. I mean, we're shifting into this like that you're setting up secret episodes, which I think is absolutely great. Guys, I didn't mention the Patreon if you were listening on the podcast. But yeah, that's where you can find Chandler's episodes that are not shared on these episodes. So it's just $5 a month, and then you get access to all his music, which I think is a fantastic trade-off. Like just to watch you even work on them. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know a whole lot about music, but I've watched you do it, and I've like been like, oh, okay, cool. Like now I know how that works out together like that. So that was one of the focuses of these podcasts. So it's awesome.
Yeah.
You can get them on the
I
Patreon.
I finished this one a couple days ago,
Ooh,
and I don't usually get super hyped or like brag about tracks or anything, but all of my other tracks kind of pale in comparison now. So I'm like, fuck, what do I do, man? Because I'm trying to make
ah,
like an album.
ah, ah.
And I feel like this is the only one I care about now.
That's wow.
So
And that's
yeah.
saying a lot because I like all of your music. Like your music to me rates on a scale of 9 to 10. Like if it's like, kind of on the lesser side, it's be like, like a 9.8, But like if it's like,
Right.
you know what I mean? But like so
Yeah.
you're like,
No,
oh,
I
this
appreciate
is
that,
like
dude.
way better than the other ones. I'm like, dude, did you have to like change the whole scale now or what?
No, yeah, it's I went all out with the arrangement and used every technique that I have pretty much. I should pretty much I'll show you what the project looks like. It's not
Great.
organized at all or anything, but
That's
I
also
pretty much I should really just organize this into a template. That way I can start from where I stop, not from where I stopped, but like I don't have to reset everything up again, you know?
oh nice. Okay.
That's what I'm thinking about doing because like I've never had something go
Oh
so
my God,
well.
that's so intimidating.
Yeah.
Oh, how deep is that
Yeah.
ship? Oh my God. Oh
That's
wow.
definitely the longest fucking project, like, most intimidating looking project that
Wow.
I've
Yeah,
had.
actually, wow. Oh my God.
It all, like, the way you see it is basically how it was written too. Like, I wrote this part first, and then I had, like, the bass, the drums, and then, like, all of these little chops come in
Yeah,
afterward.
the weird thing is, and I didn't know that I could do this, but I can see how that music works together.
Mhm.
Like just because the shape of it. That's fun.
Yeah, you can kind of like see the where the drops are, where everything comes in, and then when it gets taken out into the chiller part and stuff.
Right.
It is pretty cool seeing like the skeleton of it, you
Yeah,
know?
100%. And that's one of the things that like definitely I understand why we're pivoting away from the composing, but that's one of the things that like I personally like to see was like that depth. So yeah, continue to share it. That's fun content for me. Just be like,
Yeah,
dang
yeah.
dude, like you can hear it in the song, but you don't really
Mhm.
hear it like you don't hear it the way you see it, At
Right,
least me.
exactly.
I don't
Yeah.
have like that depth of an ear, I suppose.
Well, when I'm listening to my songs back, I have to like close my screen or like I have to turn around and not look at my screen. It's
Because
like
you
a
don't want to
thing
be
for
like
me.
looking at where the pieces are, right? Like where they
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
physically
I
fall.
want to hear it like a listener would hear it, you know?
Right.
Yeah. I guess it'd be the equivalent of like a mechanic wanting to actually drive his car.
Right. You gotta take it for a
So,
test drive instead of just running in the shop.
yeah. So I'll run this from the top for the chat just to shout it out because I'm trying to get it out there a little bit.
Sweet.
Oh, and it's not gonna play, of course. What the hell? Am I muted here?
No.
Yeah. There we
Oh,
go.
hell yeah.
All right.
Whoa.
Even in my dreams, there's only you. Even in my dreams, there's only you. Even in my dreams, there's only you. Even in my dreams. Of the life we knew. We live.
Nice.
So
Dude,
yeah,
there,
I really wanted to show that off.
that's nice. There's something about the beat, like the intro and the outro, that like makes my brain actually trip. Like it started seeing like multiples, you know what I mean? And for some reason my
Yeah,
heart was like just trying to like line up with the beat. Um, so like that thing about, music being magic, that
yeah,
you like put put a spell on people for a little minute. Damn. Yeah, that one's doing it.
yeah. This right here is what I started with, right? Like I just sat down. It was nothing special at all. I was like, I'll just try out some chords and stuff. And so I tried out. Um, it's kind of hard to hear him. Now you can hear him. Yeah, like a very washed out sort of
Oh yeah,
pad.
that's it. You actually that's it. That's the sound. It's like
Yeah,
doing it right now. Like my brain is starting to like trip out
yeah.
listening to
It's got
that.
like I put like a tremolo type of effect on it with these right here.
Yeah.
And then, but when you add this synth over it, it creates a whole nother dimension. I'll play it by itself. This synth right here.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like all the mids right there. And I
Wow,
put
yeah,
just the
that
tiniest little
combination
bit
of
of
those
like,
things, nice. Sorry.
oh, sorry, I put a tiny bit of automation on the pitch, so it moves the pitch just a little bit, and it gives it that old like 80s walking on glass type of sound, like smooth glass, not broken glass.
Right, right.
And then
Because that's
together they sound like
yeah, legit, dude.
gives it a real nice full type of sound, you know?
Yeah, because yeah, it's doing the same thing but on multiple levels.
Yeah. Same
Yeah,
thing with slightly different waveforms,
that's it.
and this is a way different plugin.
I see. That's really
Yeah.
cool. And it's very effective. So it sounds like when you say synth, you mean you're synthesizing the sound, which means you're putting it through some sort of like translator, right? Which tweaks the electronics of the tone. Is that kind of what that is?
Yeah, so when I say synth, I mean like I usually make it from scratch with just basic shapes, either a sine or a triangle, or that's a I forget what that's a saw, and a square, and then like a moog, and then your triangle is right there.
Okay, that's what
Um,
they're called, moves. Okay.
yeah,
Um,
every
so
single sound is made up of any one of these.
okay, gotcha. So aha, I see what you're saying. Because some sound travels as a wave, but some sound travels as a moog.
Yeah, it's like like very loud, or I would say harsh sounds tend to be square. They
Okay,
tend to be a
gotcha.
square shape.
Like a percussion is like very sharp as an attack and then quickly descends as well.
Yeah, no, actually, this is really great. We can do a little sound design thing here.
Let's,
Um,
I would like to know what you know.
yeah, so let's say we got that, right? That's a saw wave, so it's gonna sound like it's got a bite to it, you know? It's not gonna sound soft like that. That's very soft, and like you could even put it up a couple octaves and it's still gonna sound very soft. As
Oh,
opposed
like
to,
okay, gotcha. It just,
yeah.
gotcha, it's
So
a
when
wave.
you look at this, and that's because of just the way that the signal's moving. Oh, it's a very soft, it's a soft motion, I guess. It's very hard to explain, but if you think about it in motions, it's a lot easier. Like think about it like
Well, right. Well, because I
in
mean,
terms of like
once you
water.
realize that the sound is vi as a vibration in the air, it's a
Yeah,
wave moving across the air and it's
Yeah.
tapping onto your eardrum, then yeah, that
Mhm.
makes sense. Like that, and then that's what.
Yeah.
So that's a good that we you step back to explain it because yeah, I was taking that for granted that everyone would know that. But you're absolutely
Mhm.
right. And then this is the part that sounds me though. You say that some sounds move in different shapes, and that's yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the fun part begins like because that's pretty easy. But the fun part begins when you start adding more voices to that. Is for example, if I added three more voices to this, I'll put them. It's already kind of wider, but then let me take this down. But then I can.
So you're tightening the wave.
So I'm creating three voices, and then I'm like separating the detune on them, so it creates dissonance like that.
Hmm.
Um, that's what it kind of does with the sine waves, which is very fun for like basses and stuff. Um, but if you
Okay.
wanted to make like a very wide type of synth sort of lead,
From the
you put
same note.
a whole bunch of saws
Right.
next to each other, and then it sounds like, and then like,
Oh, unison. Okay, cool. I'm with you.
yeah, the further and further you go away, it gives that spacious type of sound. And then after that, you get into like distortion, which there's like four different types of distortion, but the one I tend to use the most is FM. Sometimes I do PM, which is phase modulation, but FM is frequency modulation. So I could take this
So
here
how
and
much how fast the wave moves?
yes,
Okay. Oh, and you're
and
modulating
then
it, so you're changing it by degrees. Okay, I'm with you.
if I FM from 2 here, it's gonna distort this signal over that signal.
Okay. Gotcha. The metal sound.
Yeah, it gives it that metallic type of like it could really go. And then you can combine that kind of stuff.
Oh, interesting.
It's better to like move this one and make it wider because otherwise it'll do that dissonance on you. But then then it's all about once you've got your sound mapped out that you want to hear, like say I wanted to make a little metallic wub like that, then I try to think of it in terms as you got your you got your main idea, and then you got to filter. It's like sculpting. You got your block of clay now. You got your sound that you want. Now you got to start sculpting the sound out of it and doing uh, automation with it. This LFO will move whatever I attach to it, so I can have it move this up and down. That way, I'm not like I don't have to actually do it every time. It'll just automate it for me.
Gotcha. Right, because you need it to be a rhythm.
Yeah. You could make this an envelope so it only does it once, and then I like to add a little reverb to that because I think it sounds nice. You know.
It does. Yeah, like that little.
And then you can automate this, the wavetable, which this one is pretty wild. If you move it, you can see
Wow,
it
what?
it changes, and you can, you get these wild sounds when you FM them. Whoops. So like I guess it's already doing it. I could try a weird one. There's all kinds of ones. Some of them I've made. Squozen triangle. But I guess if I take this off, right? And then take this off. Yeah, you get all kinds of different signals. Trying to find some of the like real gnarly, like this one. See how there's tons of information there. So like, you know, that's a fat type of sound. There's so many waves. So it's gonna give you some crazy gnarly stuff. Hold on.
Yeah, that's really cool. So all those things always represent how the note's being handled. Like you pointed out,
Yeah,
the smooth rise up and fall of the original sine wave is the way that, and you can hear that sound. And then that treats it such a, yeah, gnarly, I think is the way that you said it. And I think
gnarly,
you're
yeah.
correct. I mean, that's one booger filter on it.
Yeah, it's pretty and that's wild because I've been trying to make this sound for a couple days.
Really?
This Yeah, I finally figured it out. Instead of doing this one an octave up, I did that one an octave up. And there it is. That's like a sustain bass I've been really wanting to make.
It was just like percolating in the back of your brain. You're like, I'm just gonna play with
Yeah.
this. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we take this release off of there.
So this episode is now actually a composing with Chandler episode.
Oh, sorry.
That's awesome, dude. So when you said you could make sci-fi sounds as well, you were not joking because there's so many ways to handle. This is just one note, and you just play with it to the
Yeah,
octave if you wanted
exactly.
to. Yeah, gotcha.
And making sci-fi sounds, I mean, really has a lot of similarities with this kind of stuff because making any sounds, you know, FM isn't just for like gnarly bass sounds. You can use it to make, you know, spoons tapping. You can use it to make probably even a gun shooting type of sound. I mean,
Oh, cool.
anything that's distorted, you can use FM to do. Um, but yeah, well,
Yeah,
that's good
that's
to
sick
know. I'm
note.
gonna save this.
Real sick.
We're gonna sustain. Oh, I guess I can't capitalize. Yeah, and then if you know, that's not exactly. You know, you could do if you're coming in with the bass drop, you could do this, and then it's gonna open up into the sound, or I mean, just whatever your ear is hearing. You know what I mean?
It's whatever your ear is hearing. But
Yeah.
because I'm like, this is cool. I don't know what you do with it, but it is very cool. Not like you're making sounds, you're doing it on purpose.
Yeah, a lot of these are great. The only thing I would do here is bring up the low end probably.
Hey, the Discord of the label that's putting out your music,
Mhm.
are they is it an open Discord? Like, can you
What
search
do you
it?
mean by that?
Like, can you search it from the Discord
Oh,
website, or do you have to have a link to get
I'm
there?
I'm not sure. I
Okay.
think you might have to have a link, but I mean, um, you know, this right here is our stage that we started doing a solstice series instead of everybody just trying to talk over each other in the main chat.
Okay.
So we started doing a stage where like, you know, one person will do a production session and everybody else is now in an audience instead.
Okay.
And but they can like type in chats. and stuff like that.
That's cool.
So yeah, they did it for like 2 days straight. It looks like nobody's on right now, but it was very cool. He recorded a bunch of them, and we got one of mine recorded. Let's see, where is he? Right here. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
Hell yes.
And I really just I got OBS right here. I need to just start recording more when I do
For real.
stuff because
I mean, it's just interesting content. And like if you might be focused on the task, but if you're explaining what you're doing while you're doing it, I'm sure it'd be
yeah,
useful to a lot of people.
I think that's what I need to get better at is like because when I'm the unknown artist told he was like when you're doing stuff you're kind of just like zipping from button to button and not really nobody knows what you're doing. Like it's cool, but like if you explained it, it would really make it.
Right.
It really
And so
sell it.
actually, I don't know if you need tips, but the easiest way to do it is to just think out loud.
True, yeah.
And like have the camera running and just be like, and then I need to go do this, and I'm gonna do it by going up here. Because I think you're probably already having those thoughts anyway.
Yeah.
But again, that's just a tip. You'll approach it however you can and do. I'm excited to see
Yeah.
it.
We could discuss free plugins. I just got this one today. It's called ADSR Sample Manager.
Nice.
Um, Completely free, but it takes all your samples that you got and it'll organize them for you into like BPM. And sometimes if it knows the key, it'll tell you what the key is.
Wow.
But it'll
How
tell
many
you like what
samples
they are.
did you have?
Oh, I have 8,004 or yeah,
Same.
8,000 samples.
I knew the number was big. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Uh,
And like a lot of stuff like this, that's really helpful for sound design because I can take just even this sound right here, right? Or let's put it into a sampler. This is why I love sound design because, you can use other samples that are close to something that you want, and then your software doesn't work and put it in the what the fuck?
it's up there, like on the top, whatever that thing is. Oh, I don't know if that means anything, but yeah,
Which
weird.
there we go. Okay. So yeah, I have this sound. Now I can I put it here. Why is it playing that? Okay, I'll just get rid of that. Whatever. My keyboard is not working right now. That's so much fun. Well, anyway, we can do that and
And you can
then
like modulate it however you want.
yeah, what the fuck is going on? I'm trying to like showcase it and nothing is working, of course.
So weird.
Um, I want that sound again because it was a good one. Good for like making a lot of stuff.
All I need.
Okay.
When a dude was asked to do sound design for flicking through the radio, he was like, "Yeah, no problem," and just like grabbed like 15 random clips.
Yeah. All right, this one will work. I'll just grab it here and then I'll say put it in a thing for me, please. Well, I could have swore you used to be able to do that. We're gonna do instrument track, right? Okay. And then that. Bouncing arranger clips, and it's not there. Oh my goodness.
I saw the picture of a kid on Instagram, and he is a cute little bug, man.
Oh my god, I know. Thank you, kid.
Right. I was like, oh man, he gets away with everything all the time and probably always will.
And always will.
Yeah. You little punk. He's playing on easy mode. I hope the best for it.
Yeah. Okay, so here we go, man. We got the now I got it on a sampler, and it will play on different notes now. It'll repitch.
Aha. Okay, I gotcha.
Okay,
You
we'll
just
just
got
do
like
that.
alien or animal sounds.
I got so many just random sounds, and I love to try to use all of them.
Well, I mean, you just
Um,
like turned it into that sound that sounded like something different into like, yeah, it sounds like a dolphin or a squirrel
yeah. So we've got
or a
cycles here.
adult squirrel.
I guess I should make it longer if I'm gonna be doing this. Maybe it doesn't have to be that long, but um,
This it's like dot dot dot.
that's like almost a bass right there or something, some crazy sound.
Yeah, it feels like you're like on an alien planet or like sounds you don't want to hear in the woods at night.
Oh yeah, you could put a reverb on that, and that could be like a on an alien planet. You could have that as like a background sound that's like super scary.
Yes. Have we told you about the boobies episode?
Which one?
The boobies episode?
I don't think so. I don't think I've even heard about that one.
Okay, so basically the plot is this, is that Richard has gotten trapped in a dream, but he doesn't know it at first. And in his dream, he's haunted on the pecker, the same way like an alien movie is done. So it's like super scary and he's terrified, but he's
Oh
haunted by
man,
these ghost bees. And so they sneak
that's
up on you, and then when they see you, they go, boo.
nice.
And then the B movie flashes in before your eyes, and
Yeah,
so it's a the boobies episode.
that's awesome.
Yeah, but that sounds like right, like the chattering of boobies, like yeah, that reverb on it, like just makes it so creepy.
Yeah, that right there, slowed
Right,
down. That's fucking terrifying. If I
right,
heard
yeah,
that in the woods,
exactly.
I'd shit
His
my
eyes get
pants.
all wide as he looks all around trying to see where it's coming from.
Yeah, dude. You know what I'll do? I'll
And it's
name
like
this
boo.
save as. I'll just name this. This will be like the sound design project where we make all the cool sounds.
I
Cox
didn't mean to
sound
claim
design.
that sound. You were just saying that, hey, this is really cool. There's things you can do with that. I was like, oh yeah, I hear things you can do with
Yeah.
that.
No, we can. That's
That
kind of what I'm
episode is
wanting to do
so
here,
far
though. Is
away at
like,
this point. It's
yeah,
episode 4. We haven't even written it yet. It's just a premise. And I mean, the animation for that is quite possibly a year away.
I got you.
If everything went exactly awesome.
Yeah, it's just a lot of crazy stuff. A lot of this I won't ever use because it's like music I don't really write, but it's cool to have because, like I said, you never know what sound you could use to make a different sound. And then, like, when someone's listening to your stuff, you can be droning
Where
on about how you fucking did it.
Yeah, like I mean, you just need a little clip. I heard so you know the MIA plane song, like bam bam bam, I'll take your money. All I want to
Yeah,
do is yeah, yeah. So the hook is I heard the original Clash song and I was like, "Damn, that's a nice oh shit." It's like totally stolen off of it and it's this riff that you wouldn't expect it to be stolen from.
right.
Um
Yeah, those are the best.
yeah, so like Yeah, who knows what you can use out of those clips.
I didn't even know I had these. This is super nice. I can definitely use these.
No, nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
Oh man,
Small group playing
yeah,
tag.
that's total soundscape stuff right there.
Yeah.
It's cool that you want to do that. It's one of those things like I do sparingly, but not like to the extent that I know you definitely can.
Yeah, you definitely want to keep it subtle, like in that I don't know if you even heard it, but there's a lot of that in this song. And I think that's part of what makes it sound so full and done is because there's just all of those little details in there.
Right. That's why
But
I was glad that you like showed us what that looked like because I was like, oh yeah, that means there's all these little things and you could see what the song is gonna experience. And then when I heard it, I was like, oh yeah, no holes. Like they're all plugged up with like these so
yeah, exactly. But I guess I've noticed that in my compositions, I tend to try to tell a story a little bit. So like we'll kind of
interesting.
break it down here. You've got your This is a Tokyo airport, right?
Interesting.
And it's going over the whole thing. And it's subtle, when you're actually listening to it, you don't really think about it that you're hearing it, but it makes you feel like you're in another space.
Right.
Right? And then that kind of fades out.
That's cool.
Here I have, where is it? I have another airplane. So this is supposed to be like, you're in the airplane. This is you taking off.
Interesting. Okay, yeah.
Very subtle. Um,
That's one of the breaks,
and
right?
then like, yep, that's when, or that's in the middle of the break. So you're like you're on the plane now. Like,
Nice.
yeah, and I try to, even if it's generic. Well, not generic. I actually kind of like this vocal sample, but even if it's just a simple vocal sample like this, I try to kind of bounce between like two or three samples, and then try to tell a story, a little like mini story idea with them, I guess.
Interesting.
So
Okay.
like, so here it says, even though in my dreams it's only you. That's all this one says.
Even in my dreams, hey you, even in my
So I have it stop at dreams, even in my dreams, and then this guy says of the life we knew, but it's also going into this part where he says we live.
That I understand going on that it was a conversation. And then
Yeah,
it made me think there was something previous. So you're right, it was sitting in my subconscious that I didn't realize you had done it, but now that you're pointing it out, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, cool. The subtle signs were there. And like I said,
kind
like
of like,
that takeoff of that break, I laughed at because I was like, my God, that's such a good way. And I didn't even know what the discovery was. So
yeah.
again, nice, very tasteful.
And then
And
here
you're
I have
luxuriating in moisturizing. I don't know, something, something.
yeah. Here I have we live. So I cut out that we live part and added some champagne chopping or champagne popping. We live. We live. It just kind of adds that
Ah,
like type of like party vibe. We live. And then at the end of the song is when you are coming down. So where is it? There's the airplane.
even in my
You're on the airplane, but it sounds like it's landing.
that's wild.
I did the pitch bend here to make it sound like it's like the airplane's shutting down or something. And then yeah, you got your outro there.
Hey you,
only you is the refrain, right? Is
Even
about
in
these
the
two
face
and
of
this encounter.
you, even in the face of
Nice.
Yeah, I really
Yes,
like
it's coming down as her voice is coming down.
yeah. I love just, cryptic messages with words or phrases that are um, not very long. And I learned this from just listening to other artists that do that sort of thing. I heard a song the other day that all it says is we get high on the love tonight. That's all it says, the whole
Hmm.
song.
Wow.
But it's an absolute banger the way it's done, like this it's a lot like this song. I think I got a lot of inspiration from that one. But um yeah, I don't know. Anybody listening, that's kind of my advice is like listen to whoever your favorite artists are and try to like understand not like how they make you don't want to like try to sound like them. You just want to understand their structure and like how they present their masterpiece of
Yeah,
whatever it
100%.
is. Yeah.
I love writing. So I study film, right? Like
Hmm.
that's how I knew what I wanted to write the most. Was because I'm fascinated with the way that the script comes together, and the story is told. So yeah,
Right.
100%, right? I would agree.
Yeah.
You're like listening to music and you enjoying the music, but also seeing how they put it together so you can figure out how to put your things together also.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. So you were talking warehouse sounds. How would you describe warehouse? Like
So
the space or like
there's an interesting twist. So what they're making is cat food. That's what the warehouse is. But the interesting twist is they're incorporating dark matter into the cat food.
okay. Okay. Um obviously I'm not gonna make everything from scratch, but we can probably get some Foley sounds from here. So what I'm thinking of,
Nice. Okay.
so cat food, you say, yeah?
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
making cat
exactly.
food.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like kibble
Okay.
specifically. Like
Okay.
it's mentioned, like we
Um,
had to, specifically get it because we wanted our chicken to be able to eat it too. So it's dry food.
relaxing 9 hours, dude. What the fuck are
Oh
people
my
up
God.
to?
This is why I love YouTube, is because you can really find anything.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna go
Um,
back and listen to that now that I know it exists to
it's
like
so
fall
great.
asleep. That's perfect.
I wonder if I'm not. I can't do one of these 9 hour videos, but I'm just trying to find like. Okay. All right. All right. I totally got this. Um. We can let's hear this one. That's pretty good to be honest. I don't know if that's
Yeah,
too intense for a
that's a
kibble.
dope viewer. That's kind of the cool thing about industrial, right? Like it already has its own tempo.
Yeah. Oh, that would be cool to use that and then like leeway it into a song or something. Okay, so yeah, what I'm thinking of is use this and then find some sounds of cereal being poured onto like a conveyor belt sort of thing and put that over it as well. I think we could totally do that. Um,
Oh, the time of cereal being forced.
yeah, hold on. This is gonna be fun. Um,
Um, I like where you're going with this. I have a feeling you can pull this off.
yeah, and then I was thinking of doing that and then the cereal sounds and then the dark matter. Like I can make that sound. I can make a sound of like some sort of dark matter reactor, like powering the factory or something.
See, that's what I thought
Um,
you'd be interested in. Yeah, because that's where it's like
yeah,
this weird, fantastical. But yeah, they're actually
yeah.
putting the dark matter in the food. Like they're incorporating it into the food. Oh, that's what's making everybody happy. Oh, I'm sorry. Spoilers, guys, for everyone who's never seen Factorio. Yeah, kind of, kind of bad stuff.
Cereal bowl sound effect. Okay, I think they're all gonna be into bowls though. Stirring dry
Oh
cereal.
no, because where else would you have cereal? Yeah,
This is like my favorite part of YouTube now. Oh my
yeah,
God.
exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like,
ASMR cereal. It's not ASMR when I can hear your fucking fan in the background. Pouring milk. Why does this have 91,000 views, dude? I'm over here trying to make music. What am I doing? I just gotta pour some milk.
pour some milk, good video, yeah, film it. Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Pouring milk on cereal sound effect. Wow, that was surprisingly satisfying. Holy
yeah,
shit. I kind of want that one for myself.
yeah. You could, yeah. Again, you can use that for all the things.
Anything, yeah.
Yeah.
The annoying orange. Chewing
Pops up
cereal.
everywhere. That's what's annoying about them. It doesn't matter what you
Okay,
Google, eventually it comes to the annoying one.
let's look up cereal factory. Oh, it's not Mega Cereal Factory. No, I don't think anybody's just like put a mic right next to there. I wish.
Right. Oh my God, it has actually made cereal. But there's probably not a mic.
Well, this might have to be a sound effect that I record myself. It wouldn't be hard. I have a little like mat that I could pour cereal onto, and it would sound just like cereal pouring onto like a conveyor belt.
Interesting. Okay.
Um,
Like you can do presently, or you have to set something up.
I would have to, I'd have to set it up
I gotcha.
and do that, but I can do that.
Nice.
From oats to O's. That's very cryptic.
Hello,
Yeah,
makers.
that sound right there is what I want. Like,
Right,
We're
yeah, please.
exploring the crunchy,
Yeah.
colorful world
Some way not to hear his voice, but I mean, obviously his voice is
for
what
future
people
processed
want to hear.
Yeah,
flakes, puffs,
yeah, it has no sound effects. Okay,
Because it's like, no, you don't possibly want it. Yeah, I had to go. I don't know what sound effect I was trying to get, but I had to go to Mr. Rogers because he used to just film exactly what it sounded like, and not
yeah,
replace the sound. I forgot what it was I was trying to pull up again. I have no idea.
I feel like you could technically, let's just look up some ASMR, and I feel like I could alter something to sound like it.
Interesting, like playing with cereal or like.
Yeah, like, of course it's gonna be all this weird shit. They're just a bunch of thirst traps. Look at this.
Seriously. I mean, yeah, that is really the thing about ASMR is, some guys want, girls to whisper that to them. The thing that annoys me the most though, since I'm some guys, is that they do this tappy tappy thing with their fingernails, to show stuff off. And it's so fucking annoying. So actually it turned me off. Actually, you see the fingers, like the more videos you watch, the more you'll see the fingers wiggle. And that's because they're doing that tappy tappy thing. They love to do
Jesus.
with their long nails, tappy tappy things. I guess
Yeah,
there's a lot of people in the ASMR community that do like that, but like my God, my
ASMR for people who don't get tingles.
God.
Oh, see, this is good, but I'm not gonna download an hour-long video. Okay, I think we've heard enough. Jesus. Uh, um, should I look up food ASMR, I guess? I'm scared what I'm gonna find. It's gonna be
Yeah, I
cursed.
was just thinking the same thing. Like, yeah, I'm hoping you're gonna be I mean, YouTube's been cleaning itself up. It's not the wild land that it used to be.
No, for better or for worse sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
And okay, so she's just gonna record herself eating it, yeah?
Oh my God, that honey looks so good though.
Yeah, it does. Black bean noodles, spicy seafood. 105 million views. Somebody's gotta
Wow.
explain this shit to me, dude.
That recipe is fire, dude. It means that people can watch it and they came back and watched it again,
That's what like. Wow, respect. Nothing but respect for these people that like make a
right?
bunch of money doing
That's why I'm
that.
like, hey, don't stop what you're doing. Like, you never
Yeah,
know when you're finding that community that's looking for exactly that thing.
right. Yeah. ASMR dog. ASMR. Man. Oh, dude, I got one.
That's it.
I got one.
Okay,
Check this out.
wait, I'm checking.
Um. Um. Okay. Shit. I'm wondering the best way to do this. I totally got this. Oh, that's not Steam. Okay, hold on. Let me show you. We want factory sounds, yeah?
Oh, wow, okay, cool.
We could alter some of these. I'm gonna show you real quick what I'm thinking because I'm like, how do I get conveyor belt sounds? But like they're all over the place here.
Interesting. Yeah, and also we're setting our stories right now. We're not showing you who we're stealing from. We're trying to let you know that we're intentionally borrowing it from them. Thanks, you guys. Um,
Well,
who definitely gave
probably
us
not.
retroactive permission.
Yes. Probably not even gonna use the sound. I can get something like it off of YouTube though, but I want to show you
Oh no, yeah, it's fine. I'm just,
I
I
just want to
don't know.
show you like,
It does look fun. Does it look like, is it kind of like 8-bit?
can you imagine that one lawyer that's like watching Cox in Space and listening for game sounds?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Well, it's like just the fact that, you just have to be careful what you do and say on the internet because you don't know when it comes back to get you.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
there's this moment where like that's being played, in some universe. Hopefully it's not my alternate future. But in
Mhm.
some universe, there's one moment where what I just said is played in court, and they're like, "You knew that what you were saying was recorded, and that you knew. So do not say that it was not on public record, you know,
Right.
or
Yeah,
whatever it is." I'm trying not to be a scumbag so that I don't have to end up in court. That's kind of my plan. But
very
it
true.
doesn't always work out because there's other people who are around you too. So
Still a,
you know,
still a good plan.
that's it.
So it's still a good plan though.
Yeah, well, I mean, just like, right? Like, if you don't want to end up in legal trouble, try not screwing people over and hurting other people. Um,
Yeah.
and then, if you do find out that you have incidentally done it, try to make reparations, so you can do that. So, you can
Oh, I,
square it away. Just fix it,
yeah,
Um,
you have to.
be a good person. Like, yes, you can sue each other, but like, also, can you guys just, all people not be dicks?
Right.
So, have I told you about? Okay, it's finally happened. Cool. Let me know if you need the sound is happening and I should hear it.
Did I like? Is this? Oh, is this? Hold on. Let me go to my actual factory. Is this it?
Oh, okay. So, okay.
It's like,
Uh, Command and
so
Conquer,
yeah.
old style, world
When
domination.
I'm not when I'm not doing music, this is what I'm doing. Like for my
Wow, you
free
built
time.
all that?
Yeah. This is
Wow.
so like you start with it a lot like Minecraft. You heard of Minecraft.
Yeah.
Um, you start with just you, and then you gotta mine your iron by hand, and then you gotta, mine your coal by hand and your copper by hand. But then you have materials to set up these miners to do it for you, and then you can put together these constructors that construct things for you, so you don't have to keep doing it in your inventory and stuff. So it's all just about optimization and stuff like that.
Mining and
But
crafting.
essentially, yeah,
Yeah.
a lot less uh, mining though, more crafting, and like you don't even have to do any of the crafting. Like all of this, it just does it all for me. If I want some bullets, I got some bullets. You know, if I want grenades, we got grenades over here.
Cool. You built a machine that turns the raw material into that.
Yeah, I spelt out science over here for some reason. There's cars, and there's rockets, and there's trains, and you can eventually build like nuclear bombs and stuff because there's bugs that attack your factory.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so it's not just about building. Like this whole wall around here is to protect me from those fucking things.
Ooh, I see. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, those are called biters, and they will all this red right here, that's your pollution from all your machines. And if that red reaches them, it triggers the fuck out of them, and then they come attack your factory.
Huh.
So then, you set up turrets. I got a bunch of turrets all over the wall and stuff. Like it's real in depth. It's a really successful game loop, at least for me. For someone like me that
Right.
likes to hyperfixate on stuff, it's like crack, dude. A lot of people call this game Cracktorio.
That's fair. I see how you could really, try to make
Yeah.
everything perfect.
hmm
So I think it's interesting that hyperfixation is becoming more and more of a common topic. Because there's a generation that's come up that and that I'm part of this one too, at least in part because affected by it. But like, everything has been out of control for so long. Like there's been just one crisis after another that we've been living through.
Yeah.
And so like I think for a lot of people it has triggered that like need for a hyperfixation where everything is safe and calm and organized. Because they're
Yeah.
not seeing it in the outside world. Did you get the conveyor belt
Well,
sound? Oh right, no, you just were showing me Factorio when you were thinking
well, I
about
was
something.
showing you. I was expecting to hear more sounds, but I couldn't hear them very well. I think it's gonna be too quiet to even do anything with.
Damn.
So, like, maybe I could get. Let's try one more thing. I gotta hop off so I can drive, but I'll be on the call still.
Oh cool.
Um,
Okay.
Victoria belt sounds. Nope. I don't think anybody ever thought to do that.
Right, because why would you want?
So this is what the type of stuff people do. They said this is the ultimate train saw.
Trains? Oh,
Kind of-
train stop. Oh wow.
Yeah, train saw. So he's just got one big long train going around his base. Look how big his fucking base is, dude.
Dang. So he can put his pollution like way out there. Also, he's pushing those crowds tight to each other.
Longest train of all time.
Jeez. All the resources.
Yeah. He's
So
got like
he's
little
really into
trains.
trains because he's using it for other things too.
All the artillery just sitting there. Oh, he did that to piss him off and get him to come attack. Bro, those bugs can be terrifying, dude.
That bad, especially early on, right when you have nothing.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's like the ultimate life hack, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just wild. I just
It
wanted to show
doesn't
you.
even matter. It just eats them alive.
There's nothing they can do. don't even know how he thought of that, but that's got to be like so satisfying just to sit there and watch them all try to attack his shit and just all die.
Right. Yeah, no problem. We got nothing
Yeah.
going on.
All right, I'm gonna hop on my phone real quick. I'm still in the call though.
Cool. Yeah, we're actually just going to be going into the wrap up for the show, more or less. I mean, we're kind of at that time. Um, so
Okay.
fun times. But yeah, let's do it on the phone. Where you drive and where you going? The one to keep you. Um, is it top secret? You meeting someone special?
No, I'm just picking up my girlfriend from work. I
Okay.
mean, so yeah, some, but
Oh, girlfriend, that's awesome. You guys took the next step. That's fun.
yep. I start working also on the 3rd of September, so I'm excited for that.
Nice. What type of role is it?
I'm actually gonna be a breakfast cook.
Nice. Yeah, I went back into a
Yep.
kitchen also, because it's good steady work. The time passes, if you're at a restaurant that's
Yeah.
busy.
Well, that's why I got breakfast because there's nothing I hate more than like mid shift or even like overnights or closing.
Yeah, yeah,
I
for
like
real.
to wake up and then get my work done, and then I got the rest of the day.
Get it done. Yeah, I asked for breakfast as well. And I was having like some 5 a.m. shifts, and I was like, hell yeah, because then I was out by noon, or 1 o'clock, like
Yeah,
the
like
last day.
I'm gonna have to wake up at like 5 in the morning, but it's worth it because then
Yeah,
I'm done by 2, and then I have all the time to do music producing and everything like that.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Or Jasper gets off of daycare and stuff, so you got to
Nice.
do what you can.
Right. Yeah, good for you, man. Yeah, we are working on this project, but we're all, making sacrifices to also be a
Yeah.
part of the project too. So, but with the
Yep.
goal of it paying out. So that's awesome. Um, fun, man. So
Yeah,
when do you
that's
think you're
kind of where
gonna?
I'm at with like my life and stuff. I am really trying to work hard on the music thing, and then just trying to like also adult at the same time.
Yeah. You have to do both.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
like, something's worth achieving. You have to like work for it. Uh,
Yeah.
I don't know if I've shared with you, we use a story calculator to write the Coxon space, and it's like a device that I've been kind of obsessed over for over a decade.
Really.
Yeah, I may have mentioned it to you before. I may have not like cornered you and had a long
You
discussion about
mentioned
it.
it, but I don't think we went very in depth into what it was.
I gotcha. Well, so the thing is that it structures stories so that they all like circle around a central concept and they don't stray from that. But also they have a
Okay.
bunch of unique features that you discover along the way, because of whatever the central idea is. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, and it's really really fun. And so I've been using it for writing, and that's initially what I like set it up for. But I've been theorizing that it's good for improv too. Like, you can do live performances with it. Um, and so I started practicing as a one man show, doing it because
Yeah.
people will say that you can't. Most people will say that you can't do a one man show because it's like it will never be interesting. But I've been doing these rehearsals where like I'm doing these scenes based off this form, where or like following this form, where they're like it keeps making these really like interesting scenes. Um, so like. It's like being proven true that
Damn.
anyway, I mean, I don't know. This is the thing that like my problem with it is that like it's been working for me for a while because I've been writing, we wrote comics in space. Basically anything that I wrote, I wrote a novel with it. I'm like halfway through another novel, with the same form.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah. It's and just like you can do any shape or size that you want to write with it, but then it again like it centers us around the idea that you want it to be centered around, and then allows you to be as creative as you want because you're not going to stray off the track too far. And then
Right.
it keeps you in a specific time frame. The same way that you have music, like a time signature,
Uh huh.
so you can do anything you want to inside that time signature. but like you know that it has these certain like it has to hit the certain beats.
Yeah, it still has to have that structure. Otherwise, it's not considered music. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, it could be considered music, but
Well, I mean,
you
there's
know,
dissident music, right? That
yeah,
intentionally
exactly.
breaks it, of course. But like the reason it can break it is because it's recognized that there is a form that like
Yeah.
is that. And so like that doesn't exist so much in writing that there's this rule of what the like the constant like version of storytelling is or like how you tune a story. But that's what the goal of that was, and I use it now and it works. But like my big problem is I've used it, with other people like Aaron to write Cox in Space, and we've written some other things with it. But like I don't know if it works for other people. All I can tell you for sure is it works for me. So
I got
anyway,
you.
yeah, but I'm gonna
That's
do
awesome.
yeah like long form improv as a solo improviser. Um, so like
Oh yeah.
again, like it's something that people say you can't do. But I'm doing these scenes. Just for example, like I was doing this scene. I got prompted. So I asked for from ChatGPT this like distinct set of prompts to give me like the things, the central idea, and it produced this
Yeah.
scene where I was a lawyer who was trying to assure the couple that he wanted to make sure that they knew that as soon as they signed the paper, the assets would be split, and that he didn't want to do that unless they absolutely wanted to do that. And then I switched over
Okay.
to the woman saying that, Harold, we have to do this because you're sick. Or because I'm sick and I don't want to make I want to make sure you don't have to take any of this debt on when I go. And it was just
Yeah,
like yeah, I was just like, oh my God, like that, like,
that is pretty awesome.
you know what I mean? And so it's like,
Yeah,
and it was just like, I could be like, yeah, I did that, but it was actually only because I was following the rules of the forum. Um, and that happened within the first 4 minutes of the show. And so it makes like, I've been doing all these openings for the shows, and it's like making me want to do like the rest of the shows because there's just like this thing that's going on. Um,
that is pretty dope.
yeah.
I
Anyway,
didn't
I
know
haven't.
that's how it worked. That's pretty sick.
This is the thing is it doesn't actually work this way. Like there's most of what people do now is like they play jazz. Like the most common form of comedy writing is jazz. If you can believe that. If all music was jazz, right? Like there's no like time signature, like everyone is just trying to like jam together. That's what
Right.
like most comedy writing is. And Dan Harmon has brought something to the table called the Harmon Circle, which is an interpretation of Joseph, Joseph Campbell's, wow, it's been a long time since I've said these words. Um, like Hero's Journey is what it's called. And
Huh.
so people have been like holding on to that as like some sort of like structure, as like a rule structure of like how you should write. Because Joseph Campbell argued that, this is sort of like how we like natively tell stories and what we expect from stories, at least in Western culture. And then Dan Harmon
Right.
simplified that so you could do it easily within like a TV, the arc of a TV show, that
And
25 to
Harmon,
like
huh?
60-minute range. Yeah, Rick and Morty. But then
Yeah.
I started looking at these principles independent of those guys, and then discovered those guys and finding it. And then I think I've summed up like the 11 things that actually make up every moment and how you can do them intentionally if you want to like basically like tell the most natural story that has like the room for all the creativity the person or people who are working on the story.
I got
It's
you.
it's super fun, dude. Like it's like
Yeah.
it's the most fun I've had in like ages because I'm
See, and
now getting
that's
to
one of the
improvise.
things that I think AI is like is can be good in some ways.
Well, okay,
You know,
so
like if you need a random topic, what AI excels at is being random.
yeah. It just knows how to put words together, and so like exactly like it's just
Yeah.
like I don't I so there's six parts to the suggestion of what you have to put into it specifically, and it's a noun acting on a verb and sorry, a noun doing a verb that acts on another noun. That's the first part,
Uh huh.
and then the second part is the opposite of the first noun, the opposite of the first verb, and the opposite of the second noun, and then that's your theme and counter theme. So let me
Nice.
just let me just give you an example because this is one of the ones that the last one I did today was a car racing down the road and a wheelbarrow creeping along a garden path.
Okay.
You see how they're like one is the one noun is influencing the other noun, and then there's
Right.
another set of nouns that are influencing each other that also oppose one another. And that was about this
Huh.
guy who was he was like a business dude who was like talking on the phone and like distracted as he was like trying to get to a certain place, and he plows into an old man who was like just trying to get to his garden. Um,
Oh no.
yeah, right. And so like this is the sort of shit I'm talking about. Like
Yeah.
it's super like it gets you immediately, right? Like every time I'm like the scene is over, I'm like, oh shit, like I could do a show off that. And so
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, and like I'm
Dude,
just
that's
like
yeah, that's pretty crazy.
so it's where so there's this thing that happens with creatives, I believe, where it seems so rare to have ideas that when we have ideas, we like cling to them and we don't want anyone to take them and we can't let anyone change them because it's the only idea that we've had, or whatever.
Yeah.
But this lets you unlock an idea anytime you want one.
Yeah.
It's
And
fucking
that is crazy that you bring that
crazy.
up because there's stuff like that just for music too, like you were saying. Like they just came out with this AI stuff. I know one of my softwares, FL Studio, has it now, where you can it's like a MIDI generator.
Hmm.
So you can type in a couple keywords and then it'll try to come up with some MIDI that would match that. And then you put whatever instrument you want on there. Some of them have like their own instruments and stuff, but they kind of sound like shit. But yeah,
Good.
so if you got writer's block and you can't figure out which chords to use, or you just you can't figure out what to play, you could just generate some random MIDI
Right.
and come
So
up with something. Even if you like hear something that you kind of like, you can change it to sound way better, and then
right.
bam, you have that's your original idea basically, like
Right. Yeah,
because it's all random.
I do really appreciate using AI for inspiration, because it gives you this kind
Yes.
of like collage of what like a lot of people think, and so it like centers you in a good place. I wouldn't base too
Yeah.
much more off of that than inspiration or like grunt work. Um,
No, I
you
get
know,
really upset at like so that's the thing. AI tools for music, I think when it comes like I said, only when it comes to randomization do I think AI is like actually useful.
right.
But when people go on to like Suno and they make like an AI song. There's a server I'm in for music producers, and like these people come in there with their AI music and they're like, "Hey, what do you guys think about this? Like it's AI, but I did like a little tweaking on the low end here or whatever." And everybody clowns on them. They're like, "Fuck you, man. Get out of here with that shit." Like it's a lot different if you're just typing in a prompt and then it writes a song for you and then you're trying to pass it off as art. Just like
Yeah.
if you write in a prompt for a picture and then it creates a painting for you and then you're like, "Oh, I'm an AI artist." Like, no, not really. I would understand if you like typed into Chat GPT like, "Hey, can you give me an idea for a painting with a lake and like a boat dock and all this other stuff," and then it gives you that, and then you paint it to get the enjoyment out of painting.
Right, right.
That's
100%.
that's just using inspiration. That's no different than like taking a picture or something and then painting it.
Yeah,
But if
100%.
you had
Like every other
nothing
thing.
to
Yeah.
do with the art, like it's not about
Well,
the
it's the
end product. I
creation.
think that's
Yeah.
what people are forgetting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about the enjoyment you get out of just taking the time to do something like that. um yeah, it's going to be an interesting future. I think that a lot of organic art is going to get way more popular because there's going to be so much generic garbage out there.
Well, the generic thing can only feed back on itself. That's the only thing it can do. It can feed
Yeah.
you the most average content, and then once it starts eating, it will only keep eating, and it'll continue to give less and lesser average content.
Yes.
Um, yeah, no, and so like that's one of the reasons that we get down and we show that we're doing this show, that we're making the
Yeah.
show, is we were like we're the people making the show. So we are actually in
Right.
the last bit where we could wrap up, and that's what this probably sounds like a good spot. Like, thank you guys for listening this
Yeah.
far into the podcast, because we're glad you're here as our audience. We make this so you can know who we are, that we're not just some like dweebs who are just like typing in prompts, be like, make the chicken make jokes. We craft it out 7 nights a week. We have Chandler here, Flemingo, who is making music. We have Jack Haynes working on the art. We have our animation team, me, right now, working with some other people for inspiration to put that together. And so, yeah, that's, it's us. We're doing it. So that it's a good project. I'm glad that it's going on.
Heck yeah.
No,
I'm
we just
excited for the future. I thought this was a very good episode.
same, yeah, and like I mean, just the thing about this is like, oh, doing Cox in Space makes me want to just be better and do better. Like I changed my job, for
Yes.
instance, because I wanted more time to be able to be a part of doing this, so I wouldn't feel so stressed out all the time. You know what I mean? So yeah, and like just hanging
That's
out.
interesting that you say that. Like for me, that goes deep because, as a music producer, it's like uh, if I am producing music in a room that's trashed and like my bed's not made and it smells bad because there's like old food or whatever, it really
Yep.
actually has a detriment on my mental health. Like,
Yeah.
because then it's like, oh, not only is nobody listening to my music, but I also live like a piece of shit type of thing.
So when the
And
voice in your head starts critiquing you, they've got some
yeah,
valid points, is what you're saying. It's better to not
yeah.
give
So
that voice valid points.
yeah, exactly. I've noticed that, like you said, in my life, it just being in the creative process for at least an hour a day really helps like other aspects of my life and makes me want to like do better in everything, not just in my craft, you know?
Yeah, yeah, because it reminds us that we're alive, and that there's a reason to be alive. And I think that's what I was kind of getting
Exactly.
at. I like it seemed like it came out of nowhere, of course, because my brain's so like scattered sometimes. But yeah, that's what I was getting at
Yeah,
is
me too.
I've been doing it every single day, and like not every single day, but I've been doing it for the last 3 days. And like just for half an hour, like just doing this like one man improv, and like on
Yeah,
top of the Cox in Space. And so I'm just like, it's just awesome. Like there's just a thing that I'm doing that I just do more now that I enjoy doing. So yeah, this we're growing this into a life that we want to live. So
yeah.
because I just want to make stuff all the time. That's the only thing I really care about.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I will, before we are off the air, I'll shout out my upcoming album and the
Yeah,
song that we listened to. If you want to listen to Only You by yours truly, you can go to soundcloud.com/flamingo music. It's kind of a banger. So, um,
that's not
and
on your
then
secret YouTube, your secret SoundCloud anymore. I'm sorry, I assumed that because I haven't been there for a couple of days. I missed that drop. Oh my God, I didn't realize. Holy crap, I'm gonna go listen
uh,
to it now. I thought I had to wait to listen to it specifically with you. Yeah, so
oh, yep,
nice.
that one's not that track isn't private, so it's available to anybody that wants to listen to it. It will be a part of an actual album that'll be coming out on Spotify and everything. But that's coming up maybe August, maybe September. I'm not quite sure. But
That's
I
awesome.
just wanted to shout that
So
out real quick.
pumped. Yeah, 100% glad you did that. To make sure that we got that in there. Guys, go listen to that track, share it, remix it. Oh my God, it's already so fun.
Yes. Every play is a crumb of serotonin for me, so please do it.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, look at those numbers go up. So this
Yeah.
is going to come out more towards the end of August. So closer coming out to
Yep.
when your album's going to drop. So I'm excited for that. Guys, for other news, check out coxinspace.com. That's coxinspace.com. Get connected with our Discord, with our Patreon, with our Facebook, which I think I've shouted out a bunch in this episode already. We are so glad you're here. If you're catching this on YouTube, like, comment, share, etc. We like people liking us. You can also hate on us, and that's totally fine also. So just spam us with whatever you got, basically. So, Chandler, thank you for being here, man. It's always so fun to hang out with you. So
Of course, man. I
I'm
really
glad we've
enjoyed
been
it.
doing this. And we're gonna have Bob Bronco on the Bipolar Comic tomorrow night. We'll get to hang out with him. He said
Sweet.
he's got a lot of really fun stories to tell. So, and he is
Awesome.
a hoot. So we'll do that tomorrow night. See you guys later. Bye.
Sounds good. Bye.